Alright, welcome back. I'm Mikey.
I'm Nate.
And we're here to help you
improve your balance.
So today we're going back through Stand Tall, Don't Fall by Bill Case. So this is all about posture. Alright, and today we're going to be talking about core exercises. So 6 best at-home core exercises. The abdominals, back muscles are really important for our posture. Alright, so we're going to do some nice, easy ones you can do at home. Alright, you don't need a lot for this, but possibly a pillow. If you want to pick up this book or any of our other resources, you can check right here. Alright, and find more links to useful items like that. So,
alright, so if you're ready, go ahead and clear a little bit of space and let's get started.
And so this one's going to be mostly on the ground. There's a few standing adaptations we can show you, but really you want to find a nice, comfortable, clear area. All right, you can use that pillow either behind your head. We're going to start with some abdominal crunches. All right, so these can get a little bit of a bad rap. All right, but it's because that is when you're really like jerking, going quickly. All right, pulling on your neck. What we want to do here is be really intentional and slow with our movements. All right, so first up, think about moving your chest upwards, all right, instead of rounding your back, all right? We just want to gently lift up the shoulders from the ground, all right? So reaching towards our knees, all right, and gently lifting up just a little bit, all right, and then slowly coming back down. All right, good, all right? So if that feels good, keep going, all right?
Yeah, so aim for about 10 times and try to hold each one for about 5 seconds. So instead of just going up and down with momentum, you're going to really try to do it slowly and controlled. Now if you're having a really hard time, if you have a friend, you can stand on their feet or you can lean onto the legs and just kind of support and stabilize their base a little bit. And that's going to give a little bit more of a full body access rather than the risk of straining the neck. You can also do it if you put your feet under like a bed or a couch or something solid, and that'll give you a little bit more support too.
And to help think about going upwards, all right, you can push a pillow like this and push up, all right? And this will help target a little bit more of the higher abdominal muscles. Good.
Yeah, and a couple other versions you can try if you want to lace your hands behind your head, and that's not to crunch your head up, but you can do that in order to simply provide a little extra weight to the upper body, so it makes it slightly more challenging while keeping your neck safe. So you can try that. And the other alternative is to cross your arms over your chest and to lift that way. So hold for about 5 seconds. You want to feel the core and the abdomen really shaking and fatiguing. That's when you're going to start to build the strength that you're wanting here.
And just a couple more here. All right, we really want you to get comfortable with the floor. All right, if we end up on the floor, all right, you don't want to feel stiff. You don't want to feel like you can't move around. All right, so any of these floor exercises has that double benefit.
And having a strong core really does help improve your posture. When the core gets weak, it tends to kind of make the whole chain relax. So when you have a strong core, your posture and your whole spine can be much more upright, much more easily.
And relax. Nice.
So the next one is kind of the sister pose to the crunch. This is the bridge. So you bring your feet, your knees, your hips all lined up and press down with your hands into the floor and slowly lift your hips up. Hold, count to 5. And then slowly lower it back down. Okay? So take your time. Let's do 5 to 10 of these. Lift up slowly. Now sometimes the knees really want to splay outward. It's not the end of the world, but try not to do it to the point that there's any knee pain. Make sure that it's more or less lined up. It's not super dangerous, but you want to be careful not to overextend. Sometimes that can put pressure on your sacrum and your hips. So if you do have pain from that, you may need to adjust the angle of your ankles and knees to put less pressure on the lower back.
And if you want a little extra workout for your upper legs, hips, and thighs, all right, imagine bringing your feet together. All right, squeeze your feet at the top of the motion. All right, get a little extra resistance at the top of this motion. And relax.
Yeah, you almost imagine like you're scrunching a blanket or something between your feet, like you're scrunching them together, but it's isometric. You're not moving, but you're just moving in that direction. Good. Yeah, this is really good for the butt muscles, really keeping a strong core and hip area as well.
If you want to add a little more balance, all right, you don't have to use your hands to push, all right. Now you're going to be resting on your shoulders, all right, using more of the upper back to help you get in that arch position.
Yeah, you should be able to feel some of that shaking, some of that fatigue setting in by now. All right, I think they're done.
All right, good work. So
next one, yeah, roll to your side. And we're going to do some abductors and adductors, so the inner and the outer thighs. Now sometimes it's nice to have a pillow under your head, and that just keeps your neck from dropping down if you have big shoulders. Alright, so just stretch out your legs, and it's okay to, you can bend the bottom leg if you like, and then you're going to straighten the top one and just lift slowly up, and then down. Start real easy, okay? Nice and slow. The foot is nice and horizontal. You want to avoid the temptation to turn your toe up. That's cheating. Keep it horizontal, okay? That's going to get the right muscles. If your toes turn up, you're just going to be working on your quads, which are much stronger, and they'd prefer to do this. So that's kind of the general compensation people do when they get tired. The form goes out the window, the toes turn up, and you're no longer working on your abductors. So, all right. So nice and slow, holding it at the top about 5 seconds, and then slowly lowering down. Try not to plummet, okay? Take it slowly up, hold, and also control it. You're also working on the way down too. Alright, so pick a number. You can shoot for 5 to 10. When you get stronger, a good benchmark is to work up to 20 or 30 times. They don't have to be super high, but that's when you something you can work toward with more strength. If you can do 20 or 30 times, you've got really excellent strength in your outer hips.
So we're going to turn to the other side here.
Yep. So just start 5 to 10 times, keeping that foot nice and horizontal. You don't have to go super high either. Just start nice and low, just a few inches at a time is actually plenty at the beginning. If this is the third or fourth time you're watching this video, then you might want to start to challenge yourself a little bit more, holding it longer, doing more repetitions. Those are some ways you can start to challenge yourself more. Most people don't need ankle weights or TheraBands on this, but if you do need to add some more pressure, if these just aren't challenging you enough, it's easy enough to just wrap a TheraBand around your ankles to add that resistance, put a blanket on, or add an ankle weight. Another thing that I notice, sometimes people work, if their head is in a really uncomfortable position, you want to make sure that you address that. So a pillow really does help. Sometimes people crank their neck up, you know, kind of like the swimsuit model posture where your head is up. I really don't recommend that. That's going to stress your neck way too much. Unless you are actually on a beach and you're doing swimsuit modeling, then in that case it's up to you.
I feel like this isn't uncomfortable either if you come up onto your shoulder.
Yeah, so that's possible. There will be definitely a little bit more work for your neck to do in that case, but at least it won't be cranked out of position. Alright, so now go ahead and roll over again, and we're going to do the other side, the inner thighs. So the adductors, adductors. And to do that, you can just bend the back leg, and you can either put it behind or in front.
Yeah, so we had a bit of discussion like this. Ideally, your leg's in front, so that when you lift your leg up, it's just working those inner leg muscles, the inner thigh muscles, okay? But that can be hard to do, all right? So if you feel like that's hard, you can't even lift it up an inch off the ground, all right? You can put that leg behind. All right, now you're gonna be working a little bit more of the quadriceps, all right? But you can get a bigger range of motion. So if you're just starting out, all right, and you wanna get a little bit bigger range of motion, I think this is fine, all right? But if you really wanna target, you know, the inner legs, all right, bring that foot in front of the other one, all right, and try to lean more forward, all right, so your hips are in line with the ground there. Just a little bit of exercise there. Not an easy group of muscles to access, all right, but since you're in the same position, work on the outside of your legs. This is a nice sort of opposite exercise to work the inside of the legs.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much for these to fatigue, so don't feel like you have to be here all day. 10 repetitions is a really good start. You can hold them just a little bit and then let them down, and then go ahead and roll over and switch when you're ready. You can also go back and do the first side a couple of times, so you can do several sets if you're wanting to really work on this area. This is really common in physical therapy when people have hip, knee injuries and knee replacements, hip replacements. So if it works as rehab, it should also work as prehab. So you can prehabilitate, you can help strengthen these muscles so you don't have some of these surgeries, issues, and painful problems. Yeah, and it's important, use the pillow, make sure your neck is comfortable here. Sometimes when you're really working hard and you're putting a lot of effort in, you kind of forget about another part of your body. So don't make that mistake and come out of this with your legs stronger and now you have a pain in the neck. So just hold, about 5 seconds, let it down 5 to 10 times is a good goal to shoot for at the beginning.
Alright, so less used muscles, alright, good to work on. And so this next one, alright, kind of back to the more of the back of us now. Alright, we call this a bird dog, alright, or hip extension. Alright, so we're coming to our knees, alright, and hands here. Alright, nice tabletop position, alright, and then we're just going to pick up one leg and push it backwards. Okay, it doesn't have to go really high. Alright, think about just kicking backwards. You could do a few on each side here, just to get the back and leg warmed up. Okay, but then we're going to start to add the arms in it to add that balance as well. Alright, so if you're comfortable there, alright, we can start to add the arms, alright, and your opposite arm and your opposite leg will go out.
Notice how the hips and the shoulders are really staying still. There's not a lot of movement here. So pulling in, extending out, really trying to keep the core very, very stable. If you have to really adjust and move your core all over the place to get your arms and legs moving, you're going way out of alignment. So only go as far as you can keep the hips and the shoulders really steady and stable. Yeah, and hold about 5 seconds, and you can really feel that fatigue set in. That's where your strength's coming from.
And switch sides on the next one. Alright, so now opposite arm, opposite leg.
Yep, and different ways you can make it more challenging. You can add ankle weights. That's going to help strengthen the legs. You can also wrap them around your wrist. So if you wanted to, you could add a little extra weight on the hands and legs. That's if you want to really build strength and bone density. Having a little higher weight, maybe less repetitions, it's going to build your strength more quickly.
And I like to work the full range of motion. Yeah, you can look down at the ground. Alright, nice. That's easy on your neck. Don't look up at your hand. Alright, try to look at your at the ground instead.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to want to look up and they crank their neck, and that's going to be a problem. If you do that too many times, you're going to start to have neck pain there. One way to think about this is like you have a glass of water sitting right here on your lower back and sacrum, and trying to really keep your awareness there that it's not going to fall off. So keeping that really steady.
And last one here, hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good.
Work.
Hopefully I'm not the only one shaking.
Yeah, you want to feel that fatigue set in. That's how you know you're getting stronger. Okay, last one, you're going to come to your stomach and use your pillow for this one. So you'll put the pillow under your chest, and we're going to do some prone hip extensions. So you're going to just lift one leg, and you're going to try to keep the knee straight. So you're not so much just bending at the knee, but you're bending more from the hip. Okay? So just, you can alternate, warm it up a little bit, and then once you're ready, you can slowly hold for about 5 seconds. You want to kind of squeeze your buttocks, and then slowly lower, relax. So about 10 times on one leg and then the other, or you could do alternately if you want to warm up that way.
I like this one alternately. I think it kind of helps me keep everything even and in line.
Yeah, another way, if you have any back pain, either just don't go as high, or you can move the pillow under your pelvis. And that's going to help to reduce the angle a little bit and the pressure on your lower back. So feel free to adjust that and see how that feels. And play around with the different position of the pillow, or maybe add 2 pillows and see if that helps change the angle for you. So this is really important for the glutes, the butt muscles. They're really, really important. You know, it's when people's butt gets really weak, it gets hard to stand up. It gets hard to be able to move safely. So we really want a strong hip, core, and butt area. Very important. So this is something, a lot of people, they sit a lot during the day, and that's one of the reasons why the butt muscles can get really weak. Too much sitting, so if you have a sedentary job, or if you sit a lot at home and if you're not moving around a lot, this can really cause problems. So this is one thing you can do if you are going to have to sit a lot, or if you sit a lot already, just add these to your daily routine, and then you can counterbalance that. And add ankle weights if you need, or put a blanket across the backs of your legs. So there's different ways you can increase the intensity and increase the challenge.
Yeah, TheraBand here, a circular one, could work well.
Yep.
Alright, and last one, hold it. And relax. Go ahead.
Yeah, feel free to do a little stretching at the end here. The child's pose can feel nice. Make sure you don't get cramped or too tight there.
Yeah, so worked up a sweat. Hopefully you are too. It's really some simple at-home exercises, really good for that core, essential for good posture. So keep those up, add them to your routine.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. If you enjoy this video, if you got other core exercises, we really want you to share with the people around you. Leave us questions, leave us comments. We will check those and see what we can do to keep improving these videos and help you with your posture, balance, and fall prevention.
Yeah, thanks so much for watching. My name's Nate.
I'm Mikey.
And until next time,
Stay balanced, my friends.